Let me tell you about a love story that changed my perspective on fate and connection. It all started in a bustling coffee shop in downtown Chicago, where I, a typical city guy with my tailored suit and perpetually buzzing phone, accidentally spilled my overpriced latte on her sundress. She wasn't from around here. You could tell by the way. She genuinely smiled at strangers and carried a well-worn paperback instead of a tablet. Sarah was from a small town in Montana, where people still left their doors unlocked and knew their neighbors' life stories. Our worlds couldn't have been more different. I lived by calendar notifications and deadline pressures. She lived by sunset colors and changing seasons. I measured success in quarterly reports. She measured it in genuine conversations and moments of connection. At first, I thought our differences would be our downfall. How could someone who grew up watching stars actually relate to someone who grew up watching skyscrapers? But that's the funny thing about love. It has a way of showing you that what you thought were obstacles are actually bridges. She taught me to slow down, to notice things like how the city lights reflect in puddles after rain, or how peaceful a Sunday morning can be when you're not checking your emails. And I showed her that there's beauty in the urban chaos too, in the symphony of street musicians, in the stories behind each person rushing past on the subway. We were like two different songs playing at once. And somehow, instead of creating discord, we made harmony. She brought the rhythm of small-town sincerity to my fast-paced city life, and I added some urban energy to her rural serenity. You know what's really beautiful about our story? It reminded me that love doesn't care about zip codes or lifestyle differences. Sometimes the most meaningful connections happen when two different worlds collide. When a city boy who can't tell constellations apart falls for a small-town girl who names stars like they're old friends. And now every time I see someone rushing through the city streets, I wonder about their story. Because sometimes the best chapters of our lives begin with a spilled coffee and end with us, realizing that home isn't about where you are. It's about who you're with.